the Aging Room Havao. What's up everybody, Eric here from Tean Tobacco, and today I'm going to be reviewing this stick from Aging Room, so let's get to it. So today I am going to be reviewing the Havao from Aging Room. This is a 6x50. Unfortunately, this will not be a blind test because this is the only one that I have. So this is the only shot that I get at this one. Construction-wise, it's pretty nice. The seams are well done. There is a slight fold in the wrapper and a minor blemish, but not a big deal. Veins are not super pronounced, but you can definitely see them and feel them. But again, not a big deal. The triple cap is decent, but the cutting of the actual cap is a little rough, but again, not a huge deal. Pack is very even and firm. Scent off the wrapper is a nice cedar, touch of dry grass and forest floor. It's the best that I get out of it. So let's get this cut up and get toasting. So if you want to find me on various social medias, you can. Those will all be listed on the screen right now. And also I have been doing some woodworking. So if you are interested on getting, say, like an ashtray, like this one, you can send me an email, or you can also get me through any of the social medias as well if you are interested. This one happens to be oak, but I can make them in whatever wood you want as long as I can get a hold of it. But oak and maple are going to be the cheapest ones. On the initial light here, it is relatively soft. Retrohale is mildly harsh. In the retrohale, there's a hit of pepper in there. There's a little bit of tingling on the lips, a little bit of heat buildup in the back of the palate as well. Flavor-wise, there's a touch of that cedar actually in there, and there's a burnt caramel note in there as well. Really no sweetness to speak of at this point. So that is kind of where we're sitting right now, and I will update you in a little while once I get smoking this down a bit. My hat of the day today is a fan set flat cap. I'm a really big fan of it. It has good bulk to it, meaning the fabric has good bulk to it, and it's not cheaply made or anything like that. I'm a big fan of it. You can check it out in the link in the description if you are interested. I'm about halfway down here. Flavor-wise, it's actually stayed really consistent since right after that initial. It has moved into a very, very light coffee and a very wood note for the most part. That burnt caramel is just kind of lingering in there. There's a little bit of heat build up on the palate, so a little bit of peppery notes, especially into the retrohale. But like the wood note is just a really distinct birch. And if you don't know what birch tastes like, it's usually the wood that they use for popsicle sticks. So if you've ever sucked on a popsicle stick after eating the popsicle, that is what the flavor you're getting. So that kind of birch flavor. So that is kind of where we are. This has been burning nice and straight, nice white, solid ash. I've had no problems with it. Draw has been completely perfect. No burn problems. Really happy with the construction and how this thing's been burning. Like I said, flavor is pretty much light coffee, a little bit of that burnt caramel, and some birch. So that's where it stands at about the halfway mark. If it continues to stay this consistent, I will update you at the end, or if any flavor profiles change. So I'm about an inch from the band here. The flavor did start to shift just a little. The birch is still kind of the dominant flavor. There is really a light touch of cocoa powder coming in there, so just really, really dark, unsweetened chocolate. Slight touch of coffee in there as well. Pepper still through the retrohale, and a slight unsweetened fruity note. I can't really nail it down. Almost like a stone fruit, almost like a peach, I guess you could say. Just kind of lingering very lightly into the retrohale. You get a blast of pepper. You get a quick flash of like that unsweet, fruity, peach type note, and then it quickly fades. Minor sweetness also popping up at this point too. The cedar's still hanging in there as well. just as a very, very light note, but still that birch is mostly the heaviest note. So there's a nice woodiness for the most part in this. And I don't expect too much changes, and I'll probably update you at the end of this thing. So I just got to about where the band was. I took the band off. Something cool about the band for this one, it actually has a QR code on the back with all their websites, social media, and all that stuff. I'm surprised that more companies don't actually do that. I think that's the first one I've seen with the QR code and like everything printed on the back of the band. So that's pretty cool. You might as well use the space to put something in there. Anyways, I got about just that band part, and the flavors just kind of started to get washed out at that point. So I'm gonna end it here, but flavor-wise stayed the same from my last update until the washout at the end. So that is the Aging Room Havao. If you like this, be sure to like and subscribe, comment, question, feedback down below. If you'd like to support the channel, get a hold of me. I am selling these beautiful handmade by me ashtrays in whatever type of wood you would like. You can get a hold of me on various social medias that are showing below, and I will see you next time on Tean Tobacco. See you guys.